Welcome to the Keep It Cute Show.
Hi, I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Drea.
And welcome back. Today we are going to talk about these relationship streets.
Oh my gosh, the streets ain't safe, girl.
Oh, they ain't safe. It ain't safe. So we're going to talk about relationships that are in the public eye right now.
Mm-hmm.
No relationship is perfect, but there are some couples right now who are, taking over these headlines because of what's going on in their relationships.
It's a lot going on.
So let's talk about it, girl.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so the first one I need to get into is Drea.
Okay.
In her rumored relationship.
Yes.
Never been confirmed.
Alleged.
Yeah, alleged relationship. And for those of you who don't know, Drea is an IG model, influencer, businesswoman, but she's best known for being a part of the Basketball Wives franchise, right? Mm-hmm. And so, but Drea right now is rumored to be dating Jaylen Green, who plays for the Houston Rockets. Mm-hmm. And, not only is he 18 years younger than her, he's also the same age as her oldest son.
Okay.
Right. But this is not the first ball player that she's been with, right?
She was on Basketball Wives.
She was on Basketball Wives because I believe her the eldest son is rumored to be Gilbert Arenas' son. And then she had another son with, I think his name is Orlando Scandrick.
Okay. Who's
another ball player. So she is definitely a ball player type of woman.
A basketball enthusiast.
Yes. Even though hers are all football players. So she's a football player.
Who, me?
No, Drea. Her first and second baby daddies.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
So, Gilbert Arenas is basketball.
Is he basketball?
Yeah. He used to play for the Wizards.
Y'all. Don't get me lying. I don't know about
Gil used to play for the Wizards.
So, the fact that she's in a relationship with this dude who's just so much younger than her has the social media and the podcast universe just in a frenzy.
Yes.
Some people have called it predatory. And some people have said it's so clear that it's for financial gain. And so let's talk about it. How do you feel about this situation? Let's start with you.
Okay. So I feel a couple of different ways. So I'm going to break it down a little bit. So for me, the age difference part. Let's talk about the age difference. So it's rumored to be an 18-year age gap. I personally have always said that I never wanted to date anybody that was too much younger than me. What are you going to have in common with them? I never really dated guys that were much younger, maybe a few months younger, but not significantly younger.
Yeah.
But I ain't going to lie. At this age now, if I wasn't married, I would probably be a cougar.
Yeah.
I'll probably...
18 years though?
Now, here's the thing.
18 years is
18 years is too much. I don't have a problem with having an age gap of, men have done it all the time. Men have done it for decades and eons and generations of having huge age gaps. So I don't think it's a problem of having an age gap. I think that that's too much of an age gap.
It is. And it would be too much of an age gap if it was the gender reversal.
True.
If it was an older man dating a woman who was 18 years younger than him, I would definitely raise an eyebrow. Because in my mind, I'm either you're extremely immature.
What do you have in common with
to the point that you're having things in common with this woman? Because you have to be extremely immature to be identifying that much with someone who's 18 years younger than you. So I was either that or put the and or and or you're highly manipulative and you're trying to build a bear you're trying to build a bear of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? That means that you're trying to get in early and mold this person into who you want them to be. And I think both of those are highly inappropriate.
No, I agree. And another layer of that age gap is the fact that the guy is the same age as her son.
That's the part.
That's the problem. So my mom and I have, we're not much, my mom and I have a smaller age gap than some. She had me when she was 18 years old.
Okay,
so it's a little younger.
Yeah.
But my mom has always said that she could never date anybody that was closer to my age than her age. So my mom, has liked younger men as well. But if they were more than 9 years younger than her, nope, you're too close to my daughter's age.
Right.
So the fact that Drea could go to someone that's the same age, that's weird. Because I feel sorry for the son. Because now that's his peer
It's embarrassing.
I can only imagine the jokes and the comments that they're getting.
If Jaylen is getting jokes in the locker room, can you imagine his friends being like, "Oh, you dating that old blank?"
I ain't gonna lie,
but he might be like, "Hey, it's an oldies but a goodie."
Right, it's an oldie but good. Drea still looks amazing.
And I do want to call this out. I do feel bad because I think Drea is getting a lot of heat because she is the older one. So in theory, she should have a little bit more sense or common sense. Not that I know not that she's ever been known for that, right? Like that's not her brand. But like, it's not her brand. You know what I'm saying? But I think that people are kind of putting the attention on her because like you're this older woman, like. Why are you sleeping with this, younger man? But it's also like Jaylen's about that life. He ain't being, twisted and tortured into doing that.
He's an adult.
He's an adult and he is enjoying himself.
I'm sure he is.
You know what I'm saying? He is enjoying
Drea
himself.
has lived a life where she has experienced a lot of things, and I'm pretty sure she's passing that experience,
that
knowledge, down to him, and he's gaining from that. So, I mean,
and I think it's okay if it's still inappropriate, but I think what makes it more inappropriate is that she's rumored to be pregnant by him. And that's another layer of like investment in someone who's so much younger than you, right? He hasn't even lived out his 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're making him the father of your baby. Like, I don't even know if he really knows who he is that well right now. Like, I know I didn't know who the hell I was at 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I feel like I wasn't confident. So I feel like there's an element there that, like, not only are you messing with this young man, but you about to have a baby with him, which is the financial gain part.
That was my next question. Yeah. How are you feeling? What are your thoughts about them saying that she's only doing it for the money?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I'm not gonna put it past her. I mean, I hate to say this, but look at her resume, look at her track record. And I feel bad because it's like if she had dated 2 doctors,
true,
and had babies with 2
doctors, talk about that track record?
Would we be like, oh, she's a doctor chaser? She seems saying, and then she happened to get impregnated by like a new guy who just came out of residency.
I have known women to get dressed up and walk around the halls of a hospital just to catch a doctor.
You have?
Single ladies. I'm going to put
Are
you
you
on
serious?
Yes.
They were like, I'm looking for a patient room that doesn't exist.
Nice and cute. You walk through the halls, you find, and you're going to get a doctor, a nurse, somebody that got a good, stable job. You know what I mean? And you might find,
They went to the hospital for that reason.
Specifically for that reason. Not to visit anyone. They weren't sick. They weren't injured. They just make a habit of patrolling the hallways of...
That is wild.
I mean, hey, people walk through the aisles of Home Depot looking for a man. Why not? Why not go through the halls of an ER?
Go with his hands, at Home Depot.
I like a handy man, right? So, I mean, yes, you're right. So, if we wouldn't do the same thing about her seeking out doctors, if both of her previous kids were by doctors,
And technically, that's her network now, right? If she has had babies with 2 different ball players, that ball player arena is now her network, so it's only natural that she's going to meet another ball player. Do you know what I mean?
Very true.
So some of it's like I don't necessarily know. She ain't stupid. Let me just say it. She ain't stupid, and I feel like he is having sex with her raw, and she is allowing him. So they're both
adults,
understanding the saying the consequences or what could come out of it. So. I don't want to make it seem like she's trapping him because he's doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. He's doing it, but I don't know. I've never even seen an interview of this man. So I don't know how like mature he is. I don't know if he's immature. I don't know if he's mature. I have no idea. Do you know?
No, I have never heard him. I had never even heard of him, let alone heard him speak. So I don't know what the man's voice sound like. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't knock a woman dating a younger man. Like I said, men have been doing it for generations. I just think that it's a big age gap.
I'm going to say this. I'm not against a woman dating a younger man. I do think that there's at a certain point where it starts to become inappropriate. And to me, one where it starts to feel like, I don't know if it's necessarily going to last. Like, I personally feel like relationships don't last well when the woman's significantly older than the man. I feel like women can be in relationships with someone who's like significantly older than them. You know what I mean? understanding that person's eventually going to slow down and not be able to do as much. You know, this is like long term, right? I don't know if I see men doing that the same way.
No, I agree. I always say that I think that it's difficult for the woman to be more experienced than the man in a lot of different arenas. Like if the woman is making more money than them, if the woman is more traveled and more educated, you know, if a woman is in a higher position than the man in the relationship, sometimes that could be a tough spot for the guys. And I'm in no way condoning this or agreeing with this, but I do feel like some of the men in those situations where the woman is in a higher position can either get intimidated and can try to start exerting their dominance in other ways, in other arenas. And I think that that's when it gets dangerous. So I'm not saying that women got to dumb themselves down, but sometimes it's important to date on your level for those reasons.
Yeah. And it's interesting you say that, because I was thinking about it the other way. I was like, as women start to age, right? Like, can that man maintain that attraction to her when she's already so much older than him? Like, think about it. Like, that's what I was like, no, the woman can't be too much older, because I feel like men kind of like, I don't know, they're always going to have an eye on a young hot thing.
Okay, the PYT.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're always going to be looking for the PYT. You are by default not a PYT to them because you're older than them. So, like, how much as you age, how are you going to be able to sustain that, like...
it's a lot more pressure.
It's pressure to stay young, look young, be fit, do this, do that. And if you're not... I don't know. I feel it.
Go ahead.
I was like, so there's a few of them that I'm thinking of like Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, that one was weird.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't work out. Yeah. Didn't work out. They were together for a minute though, but didn't work out. He ended up being with whatever Mila. I forgot her last name. Yeah. Much younger, you know what I'm saying?
So here's the thing. Maybe this is why Drea's getting pregnant by him. Maybe it's to prove like, hey, you got an older woman, but I can still have your baby. You know what I mean? Like maybe you're not going to miss out on that opportunity even though you're with an older woman.
Right.
So that could have been like a little hook in.
And there's some people who are just like, I'm okay with having a baby with someone and not having that person be my forever person. There's a lot of people who feel like that. Like, I don't need you to be my husband in order for you to be like the father of my child. I like you enough. You have enough whatever. And, that's enough for me.
Yeah. Some people's priority was having kids and other people's priorities were having a husband or a marriage. And then some people wanted both. For me, like, the husband was more important. I always wanted to have kids. Yeah. But finding a husband was more important. Like I considered freezing my eggs and doing it myself when I was single at one point after my first engagement ended. But I knew that the marriage, the husband is what I wanted more important. And then it turns out that now at 42 years old, I'm okay with not having the kids and just, you know, having the husbands. But for some women, like you said, just having a kid without the husband is more priority. They see themselves more as a mom than a wife. Yeah. And maybe that's what Drea's perspective is. We can't speak for her. I don't know her personally, but.
And I can't hate on her. She's like, listen, he's not going to be my man. I just, he's cool. We kick it. We're friends.
And I got 18 years of my mortgage being paid.
That part. And we go, okay, and we go move on. I mean, that's really the end of it. Yeah. There's a lot of advantages in the situation for her.
I hate to say this, but the first kid is 18 years old, meaning the child support is over. It might be time to start over for another 18 years, time to re-up. But
I mean, everyone got their own version, their own retirement plan.
Everyone their own 401k.
Everyone has their own version of retirement plan.
Exactly. But Drea, wish you all the best. Not hating the player.
At all.
Not hating the game or whatever. So best of luck to you and your alleged boyfriend and your alleged baby.
I hope you guys have fun.
I'm sure it's fun. Okay, another one in the headlines. Yes. Porsha Gubadia.
Oh my God.
Porsha, formerly known as Williams, now Gubadia. I hope I'm saying that name correctly. Don't crucify me if I'm not.
I can't correct you. I'm like, Gubadia.
Gubadia? I think that sounds
His name is Simon. I'm calling him Simon. Okay. I'm calling him Simon.
So, if we remember, Porsha 15 months ago got married. She's from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's an entrepreneur. She comes from a family in Atlanta that was a part of the civil rights movement. Yes. And she has the hairline. She does a lot of good things. Yeah. And she got married 15 months ago to Simon G. We got married to Simon G. She had 2 or 3 different weddings.
She did. Her weddings were immaculate. Yeah.
They were stunning.
They were great.
Several weddings.
Very well executed. Yes. Everything. Yes. She had like a Western wedding, but also like a traditional. I think he's Nigerian.
He's Nigerian.
Traditional Nigerian wedding, which I thought was really cool.
Yes. Beautiful. The dresses were stunning. Her makeup, everything was perfect. So amazing wedding. She celebrated and partied it up. If we remember, we saw her meeting Simon for the first time on an episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She pulled up to Fallon's house, which was supposedly a friend of the show on one season. Got introduced to Simon, and then ended up marrying him after Simon and Fallon separated. So and
there was a very it seemed like a whirlwind romance.
It was like just last week she was posting them on jet skis. She was my man, hashtag be his peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the next thing we see is the squiggly line striking again.
The squiggly line.
That daggone red squiggly line between the picture.
The shade room we put in there. Like, oh, yeah.
The red squiggly line struck again, and she filed for divorce 15 months after their wedding. What are you thinking about that one?
I'm like, so part of me is kind of conflicted. Part of me was like, publicity stunt?
She is about to join the season of Atlanta
because she's about to join us. So I was like, is she trying to like imply there's some type of controversy?
That storyline?
Yeah, because I mean, like, you guys, they have a very public, very like grandiose, all these grand gestures all the time. And she seemed happy.
Yes.
She seemed happy. They're going on live. They're doing this, and I know that what you see is
not what you get.
It was not always what you get. It's not always real. I understand that part, but I guess for me, I never thought they were faking it.
I didn't either. I thought it was a little weird that she married him in the first place, but once they got together, it did seem like it was a genuine relationship. Like you said, they were going live.
I did not think she would marry someone. I didn't think she would marry someone like him.
Right.
But then when I saw the way that he spoils her and the way that she spoils him, and they're very loving to her, I was like, okay, there's a real connection there.
Exactly.
I thought she was going to end up with a mall player, just to be honest with you, or somebody like in the business, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but the girl has standards, so she made sure that she picked someone that could meet those standards. And even she posted, like, when it was announced that she was going to rejoin the Atlanta Housewives, as she said, Porsha Williams is not joining, the Housewives. Who said that? She said Porsha Gubadia is joining. But now, is she going to change her name back to Williams?
Another piece of the story is that Simon just got denied citizenship.
Yes.
So that's another key part of it. And that's actually happened days before. Well, they announced that he was denied citizenship days before they announced that there's been a filing for divorce. Yeah. So it's like, and he got denied citizenship because of charges of fraud and credit card scamming and things like that, possession of an automobile without permission or whatever it's called. Like, I was like, wow. So he has some things to his background that's not so favorable.
He might be that Nigerian scammer that people keep hearing about.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what it sounded like. And I was like, ooh, you just living up to a stereotype.
Right.
I hate to say it, but it's true, you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, he's actually from the Maryland area.
I didn't know that.
Let me not say from there. He's from Nigeria. But I think that he had spent some time in Maryland before moving down to Atlanta.
She used to date another guy from Maryland that I'm friends with. Yeah. So maybe she liked Maryland guys. I didn't know that.
Don't have me singing Brent Faiyaz to you. Something about that.
But yeah, so for me, like talking about the whole Porsha divorce, it's unfortunate. I mean, they are a little bit over a year of marriage. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the first year of marriage is hard. It is a very
I don't know why they call it the honeymoon. It is not the honeymoon. Right. It is the exact opposite of what it is.
It is the exact opposite of a honeymoon. Yeah. So I can understand that, those first year and a half being a very difficult to transition into. It seemed like they were transitioning well. But again, you cannot judge a relationship or a person's life off of the highlight reel that they post on Instagram.
You cannot. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if the split in the divorce is because the first year.
Who filed it?
She filed. Oh, is it because the first year of the marriage was difficult and they just weren't working out, or is it because she found out he was a scammer and that money might not be
what she thought it was? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm wondering too. Because the fact that she filed is interesting. She filed rather quickly. There was no
days.
There was no they've separated. You know how usually they've separated for a while, blah blah blah. They stop posting. That's how usually celebrities start to do. You kind of see them wean away from their partner.
Yeah.
It was just like, boom.
No. Because they was just on a jet ski.
So you got to think about, what did she learn that made her do that? Because I don't think... They said it wasn't infidelity, right?
Yes, I can't remember what the reasoning on the paperwork said. It wasn't like irreconcilable differences.
It said ongoing challenges or something like that.
Okay.
And I was like, ongoing challenges. But like, if
his criminal challenges, perhaps.
Maybe she's like, listen, this money ain't clean. I'm tired of dealing with this. You know,
ain't gonna bring me down because she has things to lose too. She's not a broke chick that's just going into a relationship with a man that has money. She has her own fortune to protect.
Yeah, and a young daughter to think about.
Exactly. And if he is getting taken for embezzlement or fraud, and he's going to have to pay back money as his wife, she can be on the hook for that as well. And she's like, you ain't messing with my money. I know that's right. I'm hoping they had a prenup. I'm not sure, but even still, don't play with my money.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know if they got a prenup or not, but hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully they did. I wonder if Fallon feels vindicated.
Oh, somebody had just posted something. I didn't finish watching the whole thing, but somebody asked how she felt about it. I'm curious to see how she truly feels. I mean,
I did see that. And I didn't even realize that
Apollo's wife.
I didn't even realize that he was remarried.
Child.
I didn't even realize that he was remarried. I was like, that
Apollo, Phaedra's ex-husband.
Yes. I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a small circle down there.
I mean, Atlanta ain't but so big. Especially
it's a small circle.
When you get into the echelon of people that they're associating with, that's a small network. So everybody know everybody.
Okay. I'm just gonna say that like it's rough out in these streets for relationships right now. The amount of squiggly lines that we have seen has been crazy.
Yes. And hopefully the squiggly line can take a break. I mean, it was at one point, especially at the beginning of the year, it was like every other day, somebody else. It was Tiana and Iman. It was who else? I can't even remember. It just was so many people back to back to back. And I don't know. Beware the squiggly line.
Yeah, it's rough out in these streets.
It's rough in regular relationships. So I can only imagine those that are in that much of public eye.
Yeah, it's only adding pressure to everything else because it's like, you know, there's so much public scrutiny. There's so much like expectation. You know what I mean? People wanting to see you guys succeed because they like your love story or they identify with you in some way. Even though they don't know you, they feel entitled to seeing that fairy tale.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? They do. And that's not fair. It's just like, so that's the reason why I'm like, all right, squiggly line, if that's what's best for you, then that's what's best for you. And that's why I said breakthroughs, right?
Breakthroughs, not breakups.
It's a breakthrough. Like you realize this person really isn't meant for you anymore. So I really hope that in Porsha's case, it's a breakthrough.
Yes.
It's what needs to
I like Porsha. She's a fun girl.
But I'm also not going to put it past that they may end up getting back together.
It might just be she's trying to protect her money. And I ain't mad at that either.
I kind of feel like that. I feel like, I don't know why I don't feel like this is the end of their relationship. I feel like there is, I wonder, because it was so abrupt, or it feels so abrupt, I should say that, it feels so abrupt, it makes me wonder if like, they're going to do some talking and some reconciliation.
Well, the good thing is they're just getting ready to start filming the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And we're going to catch it all.
And we're going to get to see it. So hopefully they're, you know, authentic and true and allow us to follow in this new journey, this new chapter with her. We're praying for you, Porsha. Hopefully that the next is your best.
Because I've always liked her.
Yeah.
She's always been one of my favorite housewives.
Yeah,
she's so cute.
She's bubbly. She's fun. What you see is what you get. You know, from what we can see.
I like that she's entrepreneurial. I like that she owns her stuff.
She knows, you know, her flaws. She knows that, you know.
I like it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, some of my favorite moments on Atlanta were from her, like one-liners, you know.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Yeah, exactly.
Or, you know, the Underground Railroad not being a real train, sis. And it not being 265 days in a year, actually 365.
Yeah, I mean, she said something about welcome to Thoughtville or something like that. I was like,
cute.
She's just cute and fun and bubbly. I'm a fan, so I hope that it's all for the best.
And hopefully the next time we talk about relationships in the streets that we're talking about new love or something positive or new couples coming up and not the red squiggly lines. So hopefully future episodes of the Keep It Cute Show, we will be talking about the good stuff and not the bad stuff.
Because we're all about celebrating love, especially celebrating Black love.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to keep it positive, too.
We're going to keep it positive. We're going to acknowledge it ain't always rosy, but we're going to always be hopeful for the best. Yeah.
Game time?
Game time.
Okay, so this is going to be kind of maybe a little bit of a quicker one.
Okay.
Let's play Sip or Spill.
Ooh, I love this one.
And so for those of you who aren't familiar, we're going to ask each other some questions, and then we have the choice to either spill that tea and answer the question, or take a sip of wine and pass it on.
Either way, it's a good time because I get to drink some wine.
Yeah, so, she just sips for all the answers.
Right. I mean, hey, I'm going to spill and sip.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're in the cellar, we're going to have some wine.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, also, while we're talking about the cellar, hopefully some nice wine, Black-owned wine sponsors can see this. And
because we can be drinking your stuff right now.
Trying to drink your stuff. Okay. You want to go first?
Yes. Okay. So, what is your favorite romance movie?
Oh, so okay. I'm gonna have a hard. I'm gonna spill my tea. But this one is hard because, of course, like in the 90s and 2000s, we had a lot of amazing Black love movies. But I'm gonna go with a non-traditional one and say Coming to America. I know it's a comedy.
It's a comedy.
But here's the thing. It's my favorite movie of all time. Don't watch it with me.
Me too.
I'm going to quote every line.
Oh my God.
I'm going to annoy you.
Yes, it's up there.
I mean, every week I'm going to have some kind of quote in some kind of relationship. I mean, some kind of conversation I'm going to probably be quoting this movie. But I'm still going to say...
It's an iconic movie. I can't be mad at you.
It's iconic. I'm going to say that it's my favorite romance movie because even though it's a comedy... It was all about him finding his queen, his queen to be. Mm-hmm. And she, was there in Queens, New York, Lisa McDowell, and they had a, interesting way of meeting and getting together. And then he eventually brought her back, and she was in this gorgeous pink, I'm a pink girl, a gorgeous pink gown.
She looked like a princess.
Yes, back in Zamunda. Yeah. And he got her queen. So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with Coming to America.
Okay, that's not what I expected to hear, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I think for me, it would have to be probably Love Jones. Ooh. I love that movie so much. I think it was just so I don't know, sultry is a word that comes to mind for some reason.
It was very sultry. It was a little toxic.
Oh, she was super toxic.
She was super toxic. Nothing wrong with a little toxic.
I'm just going to leave unless you ask me to stay, whatever. I don't know. Yeah. It was a wild, but we all had our moments.
We all had our toxic moments.
And I just loved the art and them
poetry.
Showcasing, the Black artists. Music. Yeah, the jazz, the art, the poetry, all of that. I just thought it was real cool. I love that they were in a black city. Was it Philly that they were in?
I don't remember. Were they in Philly?
I think so.
Or Chicago
or Philly? Yeah. So I just liked it. I just thought it was really, and I don't know, for some reason I just was like, yeah, that's what it's gonna be like to date an artist. It's gonna be weird, but it's gonna be
about to marry an artist.
I know, girl. It ain't weird, but it is good. So
right. And I love the cinematography of that movie. It was shot so like you said, sultry.
Yeah, it really was. I love that they were in these leather coats and these. It just looked. It was very 90s.
Yeah, it was so 90s. She had the good bob, the good, this good rap. Yeah. Some people, the Philly people called it the doobies. We called it just the rap. You know what I mean?
Nia Long's body in that movie was crazy.
And to this day, it still stands the test of time.
She's still a baddie.
Right.
She's still a baddie out here.
Forever will be.
I've never been a huge fan of Lorenz Tate.
Oh, really?
I've never been oh my God, he's so fine.
That man is a vampire. He is yet to age.
I actually thought that her former fiance in the movie was hot. The one that was pissed off because she ate the cereal.
I'm about to go back and watch that movie soon. Yeah.
So I actually thought he was hot. I was like, oh, he's hot.
Lorenz Tate was cute. He's a little shorty.
Yeah, and I know, you know how I feel about that.
I know, we like to climb trees. Let me keep it clean, though.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like them that short. I don't like them that short.
As we barely stand 5'3", we don't like them short.
No, can't do it. Opposite attract. But recently, he's been looking a lot better.
Amazing. He's always been handsome to me, but he has gotten into his grown man.
Yeah, he has this grown. I mean, in that maybe that was just the character of him being a little unsure, this unsure kind of insecure artist, kind of whatever, trying to prove something. I'm saying, but now maybe it's his role in power that Congressman Tate. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it was, but I guess it switched. I was like, you know what? He ain't bad looking.
He ain't bad. I've been a fan. He was never my go-to, but I've always found him attractive.
Yeah, he's never been my go-to, and I now find him cute.
Okay.
Now I find him. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Sip or spill. Which celebrity couple do you wish got back together?
Ooh, I'm gonna sip, but I'm also gonna spill. I just need to think about. I just need to think about it. I'm like, Okay, got back together. It's probably gonna be Iman and Teyana Taylor. I just thought that they just seemed like a very equally yoked, equally eccentric, beautiful chocolate couple. I just thought that they were so complimentary.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought that there was a lot of love there. I mean,
I don't friendship too.
Yeah, I thought that they had beautiful kids. I just thought, I don't know, I just felt like they had a similar vibe.
Yeah.
I really thought they had a similar vibe. So when that squiggly line came, I was like, damn, that shit sucks. So I was like, that's one that kind of would like to see back together just because I think they're so cute.
Yeah.
But I don't really know much about their relationship besides they're very cute. So I was sad.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to sip on this one because I'm a believer of if it didn't work, it wasn't meant to be. Like if you tell me y'all weren't supposed to be together, then I'm gonna believe you, and I'm not gonna ask you to get back together.
Can I tell you? I think that Kim and Kanye should get back together.
Child.
Let me tell you.
Wait a minute. You gotta explain yourself. You gotta explain yourself on that one.
Because I don't think that Kim is particularly creative without him,
and she isn't with him either.
I'm saying but with him, I think he gives her edge. He gives her edge. He gives her like that futuristic. This is that in vogue. Like this is the next part of like fashion.
Do we care about that from her?
I think that she needs him in that way, and I think in a sense he needs her because he's always getting these lookalikes.
He is getting these lookalikes, but
I'm like, so if you're gonna get you a lookalike, just go back with your baby mama.
Here's the thing, his new wife, like I feel so bad. Okay, I'm gonna keep it cute, but I'm gonna just have to say it. Me and when our girls Carrie was talking about, she posted this too. It was like I feel bad for her coochie because it's
he always got her in those ways.
She is always out in public with a thong on, sitting on chairs and bare concrete,
and it always looks like it's like really hiked up, really tight
up. Like it is like a UTI waiting to happen. Yeah. Like I feel bad for her. So no,
she's
I don't wish
like
that.
A very like open, like what is those like an open onesie, like an open bodysuit kind of thing.
You're always seeing a side boob. You're only seeing her in like a G-string.
Her cheeks are always out.
Yeah, I mean she's like, I hate to say this, she's like a walking blow up doll, and I feel like she needs to blink twice and just get out of whatever trance he has her in, because like all we see is they got banned from the one city in Italy because she was nude. Like if Italy is banning you for nudity, they're one of the most freest countries ever. They got penises in stone for
they don't want to walk around their streets.
Yeah, exactly. So so I'm not gonna put that on Kim. I'm not a Kim fan, but I'm not gonna put that on her.
I actually thought that there was a lot that they had something special there.
He's special, all right. He's special. I don't know
like,
if they had something special.
I was like, oh, I could see them back together. I think he put her through too much.
Absolutely. Because she was with him when he was figuring out his meds. Yeah. He was trying to balance himself off. His mom passed away, unfortunately, and he was diagnosed with all these mental issues or mental challenges, and she was there through it all. So
which makes me wonder, like, if he were to get like a little bit more like a hold of himself, like anyway. I told you what I was. Maybe I should just sit.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a sip for you. So I don't have a couple that I want to get back together. Like if you say it ain't gonna work, I believe you. Don't go back.
Okay. Question: which celebrity couple do you consider relationship goals?
This is another thing. Maybe I'm just jaded, but it's hard for me to have goals from other people in relationships because we're only seeing their highlight reel. We're only seeing what they're showing us. We're not seeing their daily, issues or, any fights that they've had or the way that their actual relationship works and, what she has to put up with or what he has to put up with. We're not seeing that. We're only seeing pictures of them at events and,
absolutely,
little snippets. If I had to say, a couple that I think, seem like that they are working well, I would go back to, I know he's my prototype and I've mentioned him several times on this show, but Boris Kojo and Nicole Ari Parker.
They're so beautiful.
Gorgeous couple. Their kids are equally gorgeous.
So beautiful.
The son is a exact mix of the two of them.
And so is the daughter.
She's at Howard down the street.
Yeah. I love that they're like the perfect blend of both of them.
And the kids seem like they're good friends.
Yeah, they love each other. Like, they seem like they're close. They seem like they're a close family. Yeah. To be honest, they seem like they're a close family. That's an interesting one. For the reasons that you mentioned, right? Like, I'm very weary of, like, idolizing celebrities. Yeah,
look at Will and Jada.
I'm not really, like, into that. I've never been into that. So, the celebrity couples that I point to them because of the longevity of their relationship. I'm like, okay, something's working. Something's working for them. Yeah. And also because of how they protect their relationship. And you know how big I am about, like, it's not meant for the streets. Whatever you're going through, you know what I'm saying? You keep it close. You know what I'm saying? And so I think for me, I love Tamia and Grant Hill because of that. I think that they have a beautiful relationship where they both have public personas or images, but like their relationship's pretty like close to chest,
very private, and I love that.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And they're a great. That's a great one. That's one I definitely respect.
And she has said that they've been approached for like reality TV shows and things like that several times, and they've always been like no because of the impact that it would have like on their family. And also she was like, we're pretty boring when it gets down to it. You know, like we're not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think when people are boring, it's because it's non-problematic, right? Like I'm not gonna fight with my husband on national
for
TV some views, you know, things like that. So I feel like that's the one that I really like.
Have you learned the line dance? Have you got the Tamia line dance?
Oh, that's the hardest one. No, do you have a video?
Of course.
Oh,
we did.
Well, you the dancer.
Actually, some of my friends are coming over this week. They're getting married in June, and they asked me to teach them the Tamia line dance so that they can be ready for their
line
own
dance classes for weddings.
If you want to get a line dance class to learn the Tamia line dance, and whenever this Beyonce one comes up, I'll teach that one too.
Wait for that Beyonce one.
I mean, we've seen some snippets of people trying to figure out which one is going to be.
Some of them are whack.
Because they're not rotating. They're just doing some choreography to the front. A true line dance has to rotate.
Yeah,
you have to be able to repeat it every corner. So
yeah,
I don't know. I might have to make up my own.
Yeah, do it. Do it, and we'll do it right here.
We're gonna do it. Coming.
You heard me say it.
Texas. You heard her say it with me. Texas Hold'em line dance.
Can't say that'd be any good. But I can laugh at myself. Right. But I will say that there are some like what is that one relationship that people always talk to? Goldie Hawn.
Oh.
Her and her man, who they've been together forever, but they never were married.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they have the daughter, Kate Holmes?
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson. That's what it is.
Yes. But she and her man, oh, God, what is that man's name? He's another celebrity who...
Goldie Hawn was always so cute.
So cute. So cute. Kind of slutty, but so cute. Like
I love that for her.
Yeah. I was like, you do it and you own it well.
Right.
Okay? I'm a free-spirited, slutty woman. I was like, you go ahead, girl. So yeah, she was one that I was like, I love that relationship. They were like, we don't need to get married. We're just life partners. And so there's a piece of that I'm like,
that's
hey,
interesting.
You don't need a piece of paper to say this is my person. So there's a piece of that I really enjoy. And they've been.
I'm not mature.
You're like, I want on paper, you mine.
Yeah. I need the paper. I need the, the full scope of it. But to each their own.
Okay. I have a question. I have another question for you.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing in a man? What is something that like, oh, if he has X, I'm super attracted, or ooh, I really like it. What is it?
Physically or like?
Oh, good question. Okay, let's say physically and then personality wise.
Okay. Physically is just something about like the upper body, like the chest, the shoulder, the arms. Like if I don't know, maybe because I like to lay on the chest, or you know what I mean. It's just something about a strong. Like if they have like a concave, I'm like, I don't feel like the strength of the man. Yeah, I need to feel like that presence. I always say I love a man that is strong in character and strong in presence. Yeah, and by strong in presence, I don't mean you got to be able to push.
Strong in presence.
Yeah, you ain't got to bench press 300 pounds, but your presence has to present like. Strength, masculinity, and like if something pops off, you got me. I do need them to have that masculine, strong presence. Like that is really like I can't feel like if we're out in public, you gonna hide behind me. I gotta protect you. But I dated someone like that. That's horrible. Yeah, I did because it was like we were walking and like I had to like put my hand. When you got to put your hand out to make sure somebody don't walk across the street, or like if you're in the car, you remember your mom used to put her hand out to stop you. If she put it on the brakes too much. I felt like I had to be with my head on the swivel. See, that's the problem. Yeah, that didn't last long. I want to be like those videos on Instagram where it's like my man got it and I'm in La La Land. Yeah, like, exactly. That's what I want. I'm a wife. Of course I don't have to pay attention to my surroundings. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. That part. So, okay. So you're the same thing? Like, what do you... Oh, no. Yours sounds so profound. Mine is so much like... I can only imagine what you're about to say. I was like, personality-wise, I need to know that you're, like, witty and can, like, banter. Yeah. I can't stand people who are boring. Yeah. Like, I need to know that you can kind of be on your toes. Bounce back. Talk some shit back to me. Make a joke. Like, I need you to have good conversation. Yeah. If you don't have good conversation, I'm bored as hell. I don't care how fine you are or how much money you have. I'm going to be like... Yeah, I can't do no boring relationship. I need you to have some like character, just be dynamic in some way. You know what I'm saying? So that's personality wise, definitely like conversation, banter, wit. If you have those, I'm going to be very attracted to you, which is really bad because a lot of assholes have that characteristic. You speak from experience.
Yeah, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking it's all depth, and really it's just, you know, asshole shit. So that's that part. And I say, and physically, I'm like a lips, fingers, kind of like toes. Like, I cannot date anyone who has jacked up toes.
Really? Okay.
Like, I'm Marcus Graham. Like, you know, from like, I'm the one who's like, does this man got? I can't deal with that. And also, I'm a sucker for some good thighs, some nice thighs.
A thigh meat. Okay.
I love thighs. That's my favorite cut of chicken, and it's my favorite part of the meat.
I can't with you.
When's so Marian? I like my women like I like my chicken.
Oh, okay. I can see it.
Yeah.
I've never paid attention to a man's thighs before.
Oh my God. It's yeah.
Okay.
I need some nice thighs.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
I mean, everything else too, but like
Yeah.
I hate when guys have like really nice upper bodies and then their legs are like
chicken legs.
No, I need to have some nice thighs. Yeah, I need some of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna be grabbing on.
You
So
about to have me looking at my husband's thighs as soon as he come home. Like, look at his thighs.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw Walter's thighs and I was like, I knew it.
Right. Hilarious.
Okay. So, what is something that is an automatic turn off, physically or personality?
Oh, okay. So I can't do jerks. I have a hard time I have a hard time dealing with like a smug man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just like an asshole and you just like, whatever. Like, no, show some care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some compassion. Show, you know, some salt. You better sprinkle some sugar on that shit for me. You know what I mean? Like, I always say, you're gonna, I need
talk to me nice.
Talk to me sweetly. Yeah. Talk to me with love. Talk to me with care. Yeah. Don't talk to me like you talk to your boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I can't do with like the smug, the arrogance, the assholeness, you know, I know you're gonna do it because you want no, chill out.
I feel like that too. And I'll take it a step further and say I don't like people who act like they're just too bougie to enjoy anything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, you ever been on a date with a guy and they're like complaining about shit? Yes. Or like, oh, this is not top shelf liquor enough, or this is not this enough, this is not that enough. Mm-hmm. Where like, it's like this arrogance, like nothing's good enough for them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, are you trying to have a good time? Right. Or are you just trying to point out everything bad right now? Literally. It's like, or everything that's not to your standards.
Yeah. Tell me what you do like. Stop telling me I see everything that you don't like. You've been very vocal about that. Right. What do you like? Right. Tell me something good that happened.
To me, that's like it's like you're negative. Yeah. If we're going out on a date and all you have to say is that you're upset about the customer service, you're upset about the options, you're upset about these things, or whatever the case may be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. We all want good customer service and we all want good food and drinks, but damn, like, you know what I'm saying? You got to roll with the punches.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. No, I agree with you 100%. Yeah. Because that negativity is going to show up in other ways too.
Right. And what physical attribute are you like, he can't have?
So I don't like guys that have, this is... Okay. I don't like guys that have, like, you know, we talked about this, the chicken legs, so that's one part. But also like a really small waist. Like a really tiny like pelvis area bothers me. Yeah, like I feel like if my jeans and your jeans are on the floor, I shouldn't have to question if those mine or yours. You know what I mean? Like, and then I'm trying to keep this cute and not be too graphic right now, but I'm just imagining certain positions. If that is above me, it just doesn't feel
masculine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like I mean, I don't mind. I don't want a guy to be like a huge waist or whatever, but when they're very petite, I hate to use that word for a man, but that's the descriptive word that I'm thinking about. Like, if it's too petite, I can't be bigger than you.
Right. I hear that. Yeah. That's how I feel about their booty. Your booty can't be bigger than mine.
I love a good booty. Yeah, it gotta be a good booty.
I mean, I want something to grab, but it can't be bigger than mine.
You can't have more hips than us.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
man hips are a problem too.
I cannot. I absolutely cannot.
But thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of the Keep It Cute Show. We hope that you guys have a great week and catch us here next week. Yeah, where we talk about some more amazing topics while still keeping it cute.
All right, bye guys. See you next time.
Bye.